Hello, Ray Phoenix here, and this is the original Star Wars Battlefront on the PS2. This is a battle in the Clone Wars era. As you can see, I'm taking the side of the Republic as my favorite trooper class, which is just the regular standard clone trooper, the regular standard blaster rifles, which work wonders against those evil CIS droids, those evil Confederate battle droids who want the galaxy to separate in two. Come on, stories of confederacies and separation. That's not like something that belongs in a political agenda movie, or some political, I don't know, some kind of political drama movie, not a Star Wars movie. Then again, watching those Star Wars prequel movies is like watching CNET, or watching like those government channels, loads of aliens and other weird freaky people, and it's all about some war that's really just a minor inconvenience somewhere on the, in other parts of the galaxy. Come on, they're starting a war between people, two types of people versus war, and both of them are essentially robots. There's battle droids, which are on the enemy side, the CIS's side, and on the Republic side are the clone troopers, which they're technically robots too, because they're basically disposable people. There's people that were made to serve a single, simple purpose, which is just to, serve the Republic. And if it means they have to kill themselves in the process, they'll do it then. They look very goofy too, because they were made with CGI, as we all know. Even those Star Wars prequels, they were overly dominated with CGI this, CGI that. Almost everything that was in those movies was CGI. It's a CGI everything now, and in that movie, he overdid CGI, and George Lucas seems to think if you cram a lot of stuff into a scene at a time, it will make the scene better, which is what he did in the remastered versions of Star Wars Episode 4 and those other prequels and those original trilogy movies. But I digress, this game is really fun. This game doesn't really reflect on much of that part. It actually reflects on the better side of the prequels. The action, the battles, the gunfights, what makes Star Wars great. Action, fighting, battles, kicking the bad guys' butt. That's what any good Star Wars game should be about. And that's exactly what this Star Wars game is about. You just play as a trooper and you can shoot down enemy fighters or shoot down enemies. There is some air combat in this game. There's no space battles in this game, but there are some air combat parts of this game where you get into a starfighter and fly and shoot down enemy fighters. But it's mostly ground combat, as you'll see here. It's pretty much all ground combat is the best part of this game. And this game does have a story mode too, which loosely follows the story of the movies. It's like they just took a bunch of movie clips, a bunch of clips from the actual movies, and they just put them to this game, making it look like the whole game roughly tells the story of the Star Wars saga. It's very loose, and if you really want to know the story of Star Wars, don't play this game. Actually, watch the actual movies instead. Watching the actual movies instead is a better way to learn about Star Wars than playing this game. But then again, this game tells a pretty simple story. I mean, a lot of people are going to say it's better than the story of Star Wars Episode 8 tells, right? You can play in first-person mode too. I'm using third-person this here, because I prefer that mode the most. And as you can see, it's just, this map is the Naboo Plains, I think that's called the grassy knolls of Naboo. Almost looks like that iconic Bliss wallpaper from Windows XP. You know that Bliss wallpaper from Windows XP, those iconic green hills on Windows XP? God, I miss Windows XP. Even if Windows XP was the best operating system, in my opinion, it really was great. It was the most current operating system at the time this game came out. I associate Windows XP with Star Wars locks. I was into Star Wars a lot when I was first introduced to Windows XP. Heck, I associate Star Wars with Windows 98 too, because I used Windows 98 a lot when I was getting Star Wars. Heck, I associate Star Wars with almost anything. Almost anything could be associated with Star Wars. That's how big of a franchise Star Wars has become. You can associate it with almost anything. And there's those ruins there, those old ancient ruins you can see there out in the grass. I wonder what that's supposed to be. I wonder if any place in real life that's supposed to be like that. Don't say Stonehenge. I know it sounds supposed to be similar to Stonehenge, I already know that, but there's any other ruins like that in real life? There probably are some ruins like that somewhere in real life. And you can see I named my profile in this game Rayman. Why? Because it's Rayman. Man after Rayman. We all know that Rayman's one of the best game characters ever, right? Come on, he's a limbless hero that can just throw his arms around. They should have put him in the Star Wars prequels. They should have put him in this game. Imagine that for this game. You could play as Rayman, you run around with a gun, shoot down enemies and things like that. That would have been a pretty fun game. And this is the conquest mode. The main point of this mode is we have to capture the command post, stand near the command post, and it captures them for you. And the main story mode in this game, the story mode battles are not so much different from these instant action battles, which is what I'm playing right now. It's just simply you're assigned to a team, but you don't choose a team, it just gives you a team, and you have to play on that team, you have to fight the other team, fight the opposing team, defeat the other team, destroy their force, capture all their command posts, and you don't get any specific objectives. That was Star Wars Battlefront 2 that introduced specific objectives, This game also came out the year after the third and final Rogue Squadron game came out in Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3 Rebel Strike. That game came out in 2003 and it only came out on the GameCube. I guess I won this battle, which was really no surprise at all. I win a lot. So this is the problem I have with this game. When you play on normal difficulties, which is what I'm playing on, the game is pathetically easy. When you play the game on hard mode is hard. The game is not a joke on hard mode. The game actually is legitimately difficult on hard mode, which is, hard, which is expected. So dang difficult. And some bosses game too. Some different factions in this game have different advantages based on which map you're in. On the Geonosis map, the CIS has the advantage there because the CIS capital is Geonosis. So they have the capital. They have the advantage here. And then I think in some places the Republic has the advantage. Well, this is Yavin. I think this is Yavin Arena, if I remember correctly. This is one of the Yavin. Because another thing about this game too, there's a lot of multiple maps that are set on the same planets. Like there's 2 Yavin maps in this game. There's also Yavin Temple, and there's this one, the Yavin Arena, which is a pretty decent map, and it's only in this game, unfortunately. This map was not seen in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Actually, I think there are some expansion packs actually for the PC version of Star Wars Battlefront 2 that may include this map, but that's on PC. As I said before, gaming systems are a lot more convenient and a lot easier to play than just getting it on PC. We all know that. We all know that system, that it's easy to play on the game. That's why I play this on PS2. I'm not even sure if my computer can handle this. My current Alienware probably couldn't handle this. And I know I think my Windows XP computer, my Dell Dimension 9150 from 2006 might handle this barely. But, then again, it's on PC. Those PC keyboards aren't the best for gaming. I don't really have a great game. Well, I actually have a controller that resembles a PS2 controller. It used to work somewhat well. I haven't used it in a while. Last time I used it, it wasn't that great. Then there's that N64-looking controller that Arcanine F50 lent to me, which I'm not sure how an N64 controller would do well in a game like this. But, it might work. It might just well work. It works with a lot of my other ROMs, but then again, most of my emulator ROMs are much simpler compared to games like this. And for some strange reason, Star Wars Battlefront 2, my PS2 copy of Star Wars Battlefront 2 for some reason does not work on my fat PS2. That's probably why I'm playing this game, because this game works on my fat PS2 perfectly fine. For some reason, Star Wars Battlefront 2 doesn't work at all. I already made a video showing what happens when you put Star Wars Battlefront. This video is simply titled, "What happens when you put Star Wars Battlefront 2 for PS2 into a fat PS2?" That's my video. It's called. It works on my copy works on my slim PS2 is perfectly fine. It doesn't work on the fat PS2 at all, which is kind of strange. And I tried on other fat PS2s as well. It doesn't seem to work. I don't know if anyone else has ever seen that happen before, has ever experienced that before. Please let me know if you've had any trouble playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 on your PS2 before. I'd like to know about your problems. You know me, that's the way Ray Phoenix is like. Ray Phoenix likes knowing about your problems, your game-related problems, gaming issues. We all like to hear about them. They actually make for some pretty entertaining stories. And I hate those droideka things too, mostly because they have those shields on too, and these blasters aren't very accurate. Even stormtroopers don't even have accurate blasters. Like, in the original trilogy a lot of the time, when in Empire Strikes Back, when the stormtroopers are shooting at Leia and Lando and Chewbacca, and then the blasts miss them, and they make obvious misses. It's not because stormtroopers are stupid. It's not because they can't see very well for those masks, which they can't see very well for those masks. It's also because their blasters are not very accurate, as you'll see in a lot of these games. Stormtrooper blasters aren't very accurate. Because they're American. They're probably American-made, too. That's why they break down so easy. If they were German-made, they wouldn't be breaking down at all. See, the Germans make all the best weapons and the best guns, right? They made the Lugers in World War II. Those worked out very well. The Germans had all the best weapons. The Republic should just go to Germany and buy weapons from them. They wouldn't have weapon problems. And again, the Republic was the side that won. And the CIS runs on dial-up internet, too. So that's probably one of the reasons why they lost too, because they run on dial-up internet. Anyone that runs on dial-up internet in 2019 is probably going to lose any conflict or battle. But then again, Arnold Rimmer from Red Dwarf says that the sides of the shortest hair lengths seem to always win the wars. I mean, America won the Indian Wars because in the Indian Wars, the Americans had super short hair, and those Aboriginals they're fighting against were like hippies, essentially. They had super long hair. America goes to war in Vietnam, and they lose because Vietnamese people that they fought in the Vietnam War were probably bald or something like that. I don't know. America's won most wars they've been in. The Vietnam War is the only real war they've ever been in that they lost. lot of people were against the Vietnam War. Actually, was an important piece, that period of time in American history. A lot of the best music came out during that time. You know, at that time we had the Beatles, we had the Beach Boys, we had the Rolling Stones, we had the Kinks, we had the Byrds, we had the Monkees, we had a lot of other great stuff then. It's a known fact. Dark times in history give us great music. Even in the 2000s. In the 2000s, we had 9/11, we had the war in Iraq, and then we have video games like these. We have music like from Green Day, Smash Mouth, and then we have Blink 182, and we have some other great stuff in the 2000s. So the 2000s had a lot of good, epic stuff. So you see, history repeats itself, and dark times in history always give us great things. Just remember that next time you complain about dark times in your life, it probably resulted in you ending up with something very good. Just remember that. So don't always take your hate out on dark times in history, because they do us well in the long run of things. But I think I just about won here. I have 31 troops left, they have 3 troops left. And there's one of them hiding out there. Because, you know, they're like the Gorgonites, some small soldiers. What they like to do is hide. It's what they're best at. They're cowards. They don't like being dead. They like running away from you. If they see your gun, shooting them down. Die, Charlie, die! Come on. Here, get shot down. Get shot down. Ooh. Ooh. Almost hitting him. Almost hitting him. Almost hitting him. There, I got him. It's gonna be victory. Yep, it's victory. This is Ray Phoenix signing out.